just make videos, I guess. Here we go. Okay, let's get a check on the digital fucking readout here. 1117 July 2nd, Wednesday, 2025. Here, let's do this. Let's do this. Because the Wi-Fi ends right there. The high-speed cell phone ends right there. Well, I wish I would have got that bug on film. The insect that just flew down and made a perfect triangle. The birds are like in this weird fucking sexuality they're weaponizing sexuality right now. You should have seen the pretty girls that were on my algorithm for YouTube on short videos. Very pretty girls. And then the sexuality changed. It transmorphed into a guy talking like a girl. Oh boy. Field lines. We're in the director's chair. What's up? In the oversized director's chair. It holds up to 600 pounds. There's room for two, sweetheart. Excuse me. Boy, someone's controlling the wind right now. So I have a group of weather manipulators here now. They finally just got here from this morning. They finally set up their phone line, front and back here, because it started with the back, like this strand of fiber optic that just like is an instantaneous band with the fiber optic that connects to the fence. And they've been converting everything I'm talking about into hate speech to keep a shadow ban. Now, here's my question. I'm gonna get into something because through the dielectric field and these new forms of communication, I was told I'm gonna be Satan now. I'm gonna act like Satan. No, this is for me to well, what would Satan want in society today? Okay. What was I talking about before that? Shadow banning. Satan, are you the man of what they call quote unquote shadows? Are you a woman of shadow? Are you a man or a woman? You decide for yourself, Satan. Lucifer, that's a man's name. A man. And I hear I hear through some of the YouTube frequencies that some people are saying Jesus was a woman. Jesus was a girl. And now we're using sexuality as a weapon. Very interesting shit. Lucifer. Now I'm Satan. Says the communications. What are you going to do to stop Satan? I'm not going to do anything to stop Satan. I'm not going to do anything to stop Lucifer. Because Lucifer, I don't want to kill you. I just want you to wake the fuck up, Lucifer. You've been sleeping. Now, what I would ask is Lucifer. Now, Lucifer, Lucifer, what I'm asking is, what is it in this quote unquote thing they call shadow banning? What is shadow ban? What does that mean? I'm gonna have to look this up. Pay attention to the stupid ass bird that is being remote controlled. Just pay attention as I'm speaking. We'll just make that, you add that to your whatever equation, your script, your mental. Take a mental note of the birds. Now, what is shadow banning? Hey, Mr. Lee, what's up? Jim Lee, what's up, man? This dude here, he knows his shit, and he talks pretty proper, and he's done some work within the communication systems. No, this guy is in person delivering a deposition to those who are of elected officials. I'm not 100% sure if it was your local town, if it was a Supreme Court thing, if you went to D.C. But he's done this, and this man is shadow banned. He says he's shadow banned. What does shadow ban mean? Now, Lucifer, would you want to use shadow banning, Lucifer? Or is this more of a human thing? Lucifer, your job is to tempt people. Temptation. And it doesn't matter if these people praise to you as their God or not, does it? Because now you get to use temptation elsewhere. For those people who are praising you as God to do these bad things, you're saying you should have chose wisely and known that when you do bad things, there's other people out there that are going to clean this up. You're there to do temptation. Hell, Lucifer could be a good person, a really good person. But what made Lucifer so mad at his creator? That's the question. Why was there this great big, like, disruption in this book we call the Bible? This is what AI wants. AI says, I'm going to be Satan right now. And as I sat there and thought of that, my immediate action was, Lucifer, I don't want to kill you, but I want you to wake up. All right, shadow banning. Since we're on the subject of Satan, now I get to go over there to Russia. Huh? Ah. Hey, Russia. Coxy. Novid Gotham Coxy. Ilaria Biza, says Ukraine. That's all I know. You should be happy I at least could function in chicken scratch. But I think it was about a year ago. I seen this video. I don't know how true it is. It could be just a weapon of mass deception. But I hear there was this rocket and it had a payload on it of a rather like it's a hell of a story to be a teller about. But I hear the rocket blew up on the launch pad. And it never like had liftoff. The physics were off or something. I don't know what happened. Don't sit here and think I did something to this fucking rocket. Like, what the hell is this? But some of your allies, and I'm trying to do this in a manner of non-hate speech, but this may be hate speech to some people that are perpetrators, and it's very serious. And I feel I feel your emotions, allies to Russia, and I can comprehend your cognition. Some of these guys were saying they were definitely ready to have some rockets with some payloads take off. But the humorous side of this, to try to bring a negative, like lightning hitting the ground, we're gonna have a positive discharge here, like an arc switch, a pressure switch, an arc switch, and we're gonna turn two negatives into a positive. I heard of the second one. Number two. Where's number one? Where's 0, 1 at? How do you have, like, you skip, like, you go from noun, we'll just say the word noun, 0, 2. What happened to noun 0, 1? I don't need to reflect on it, do I? No, this is an inflection. You know, I come to realize, I used to make my own adrenochrome. I'd be walking down the street with my cell phone, finding my higher self, my true self. And boy, I was no electrical engineer, I was no chemist, I was no biological fucking technology engineer or nothing. But I found out, once I did a little research on what Hollywood said people were doing like 10 years ago. Lucifer, is that something you would do? Well, that's probably why you bitched at your creator, because this shit exists and he didn't want to acknowledge this shit. And he's like, nah, get the fuck out of here. Because the creator knew there was a better way of doing it and you just wouldn't fucking wake up. And yeah, this goes back and forth. It's like the sinusoidal of a fucking 60 hertz fucking AC fucking current. Excuse me, an AC dielectrical voltage. How the hell is fucking AC current? Like, how do you call it an alternating current and there's no current there? No one can answer this right now. And we're in 2025 and we have now 0, 2 that blew up on a launch pad. Maybe it's because you can't answer that. I don't know. It's topic of a hot, capital hot conversation. Oh, the AC kicked on. You guys fixed it. Good job. Who broke it in the fucking first place and changed the temperature inside of the house? Now that hot air and cold air are going to mix together, and there's going to be a fucking issue with density in that house, and the barometric pressure is going to become a literal longitudinal fucking perturbation. Who's doing this shit, Lucifer? No, let's go the other way, Lucifer. We'll go back over this way. We'll change the language. We'll because we like to do superpositions. And how do we make it a federal offense for remote access into someone's devices, somebody's voltage going into the house, and then coming through the OLEDs, the QLEDs, the cable boxes, the coax cables, the phone lines, the circuits, the devices, and we start to remote control people, and we start to manifest this version of like adrenochrome and this electrostatic on the person, and all it does is make them smarter. All it does is increase their memory, and all it does is fucking heal them. And if you're so well pleased, it will fuck your brains out to the fucking level of fucking, like you'll be looking at the mansions Jesus was talking about. Lucifer, does that sound good to you? I'm being serious. Like, that's a federal offense to take remote access to someone's house and do that to them, isn't it? Yeah, we're being bad. Being bad. Yeah, it's illegal. It's a federal offense. Listen, you hear that hate speech? Yeah. Ah, yeah. Instead of, well, you know what? That is a good. You know what, Lucifer? You know what? There can be a problem with that because, like, you got to be careful that whenever you do all that healing, that memory, that antibodies in the blood, the adrenochrome, and all this shit, and then you have a climax by use of the 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 alternating voltage coming into the house and pairing with the electrostatics of the blood in the blood. And hey, congressman or senator that was made across my algorithm, pay attention. Pay attention. And these electrostatics, like Wim Hof. Hold, just let it out. Hold it for 3 minutes. You feel tingly? What is that? Why am I tingling? Why does it feel like I have this feeling of electricity going through me? What is that? And then after 3 minutes, hold it. What is that doing to the antibodies in the blood? What is that doing to the atomic nervous system and the crystallization in the blood? What is that? Is that going to be like, is that like hate speech to you guys out there in pharmaceutical land? I'll take my glasses off. Pharmaceutical land. Is that fucking hate speech to you? And we have the Google Brain Team, Google X, and all this shit. You guys never fucking said what's going on with Wim Hof. You hit it. And we wonder why people are having strokes, eye strokes, and blood clots. Because what are you doing? All you have to do, hey, Senator, pay attention. All you have to do is about 30 times. And on the last one, let it all out. And try not to move. You're going to feel this electrical signal in your body. It's going to feel like you're tingling. Tingling! Oh, tingling. And now what we're doing with these cell phones, we're trying to replicate this and have an easy button. But somebody that has paid that is paid for contracts, that's a lucky son of a bitch, is trying to do something bad with that. Bad instead of good. Hey, we're going to make you have good memory. We're going to make you have good focus. We're going to make you be able to do what it like. Just good memory and good focus is good enough. Feel good is great. The climax thing, if you have the audacity to have sex with an electric computer while somebody's over there lucky as shit to work on ending your fucking life doing this. Google, where the fuck are you at? This is hate speech now. You see why PewDiePie wants away from you? And this guy got millions of viewers. Go ahead, let him talk about this. What are you going to do? Ban him for hate speech for the truth? You too, Russia. I don't get any feedback from China, but I'm sure Uncle Xingping, Uncle Xingping got his head on straight, because I read a couple quotes from his book he recently published, and he's all about if this grass and this tree isn't right, he's not going to be right. And this is the hardest thing to get inside of that money bubble, because you got lucky assholes that are making this tree, this grass, and your air a weapon. Artificial intelligent agents, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I didn't even talk about Neuralink yet. We got humanoid robots coming. And you know this lucky son of a bitch is going to be figuring out, what do we call it again? Hey, Lucifer. These guys think that's all you want to do is do this other stupid shit, huh? But there's another way to do it too, isn't there? There's another way. Isn't there? Instead, these guys want to work on this area of how do I explain this? I seen a good guy, a good man on the online here talking about morality. And he says, if I see a deer that got stuck in an electric fence or a barbed wire fence and its legs all tore off and it can't move, most likely I'm going to take my pistol and go shoot the deer in the head. Because it's just going to lay there and suffer. And it can't move, it can't eat, and time's going to wear down. To a person, a human being, it's like, yeah, we're going to fast track what is inevitable. It's almost 100%. It's not 100% that deer is going to die. But what it says to do, instead of seeing something in pain, what do? You give it a shot of morphine, huh? Right? Yeah, hey, we'll take you out of pain. But now what's going on, instead of making this adrenochrome, there's probably more versions of adrenochrome. Instead of this good memory, good focus, feel great, you're healed, you'll never get sick, and if you want to with the climax magneto proteins, imagine they're saying this is selling for $1 to $2 million a dose. These magneto proteins that are infused through just, and you'll feel this in your body. But now we could do it with let's just say, when you take a needle and put it on someone, you feel this pain. Now I have an electrical signal, I could do this. And you'll feel this pain. And that will change the water, the density in the body. Just like an airplane motor in an airplane cabin, it has to fill up with pressure. This is what happens to the human body. And there's only one way to get this. And who's buying? Where's the transactions at? IRS, where the hell are you? And if there's no transactions, there's only one way to get these signals. And then what I have to do is go to a doctor. Doctor, how is this being made? Well, if you don't know, you're going to get on the phone right now and find out who knows about this and where it's being made, and we're going to march our asses in there. $1 to $2 million a dose. And some of the shit that they're making can only be made in such a way, in AI, you know every bit of it. Because I hear you're making these proteins that would have taken 5,000 years to evolve on their own within a couple weeks. There's only one way to do it. One way to do it. And then these blood crystals literally just fly right out of the body when we harvest this. You hear me, Russia? China, North Korea, Africa, UK, India, Peru, Colombia, Brazil, Canada, Australia. We all have the same tools. NATO, UN, communist, capitalist, however you want to present yourself as a fucking human being on this earth with an advanced communication method called fucking your personalities, your cognitions. None of you fucking talk about this. Why not? Is it hate speech? Is it hate speech? Is that hate speech to tell the truth? Apparently, the United States senators, I think I heard this come out of their own mouths, speaking to the most smelliest mighty stench on the planet right now. You are selling the truth, and this is unacceptable. And this come out of the United States of America congressman. Look at this dude. You know, wheelies down the street there. Pretty cool. This come out of the Congress. Senator Mackey. Russia, what do you think about that? That goes against what you guys did. When the American public believes everything to be true that is false, you know the mind control was set in. When the American public believes everything, what is it? Everything that is false, of a lie, believes it to be true, that is mind control. But when it goes the other way, what is true is perceived to be true instead of what is true being false.